Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back doing another standard constructed tournament practice run. So I've made a couple alterations to the deck. We added another Rise from the Tides. It felt like in those last three matches, in the grindy matchups, you can actually run out of win conditions. So since Rise from the Tides is our main one, even being able to go Rise from the Tides, they languish, another Rise from the Tides, still seems good to me. So we're going to go for 4 of them and see how much that changes the deck. We also have Devour in Flames. Now, I know what you're thinking. This card isn't that great, but it kills flyers and it can hit planeswalkers. So we're going to try one of those main deck over a Roast, move a Roast to a sideboard, and put another one in sideboard, taking out one of our 4 dispels we had, which just seemed like too much anyway. So I think other than that, the deck is pretty much the same. We dropped a Geist Blast, actually, and we added another Scatter to the Wind. So we must have dropped something else as well. But I can't recall. Maybe another Roast? Maybe we dropped 1 Roast, 1 Geist Blast, and added Scatter to the Winds. And a Devour in Flames? I think that's it. But somehow we got another Rise in here, so something else has changed. But I can't exactly recall what it is. We also added a couple of Void Shatters to the sideboard. So these have the added bonus of being able to deal with stuff like World Breaker, and they can't get it back because it exiles it. So, and Rending Volley I think is going to be really important. So I like this deck. Hopefully we'll find some more, tier 1 quality decks. I don't want to say, there wasn't anything wrong with the decks I was playing in the last tournament practice room run, but I think they're going to be a little bit more different than what you would expect to see in, tournaments, sealed, or rather league tournaments, or any other sort of constructed tournament. So we're going to run it like this. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to see constructed and limited videos like this. Also like the video, please, and check out my stream on Twitch. It's the link is in the video description to that. My stream days are Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. All right, we'll see you for round 1 in just a little bit. All right, we're in round 1. Not a great hand, but we're going to keep it. We have a lot of draw card effects in here. Pieces to the puzzle, Epiphany. So getting flooded is not like the end-all, be-all. It does, however, mean we want to start it off with a Evolving Wilds because we want to start deck thinning as soon as possible. Draw less lands, ideally. Alright, let's just crack Evolving Wilds first. Get ourselves a blue mana, I guess. We already have the black mana, which lets us Radiant Flames for 3. So let's get a blue mana and pass. Ooh, Thing in the Ice. Sure, we can play it. All right, let's see if he just Grasp of Darkness is it right away. I suspect he'll do something to kill it. Ultimate Price, sure. Not a huge deal. This doesn't exactly strike me as a matchup where it does all that much besides be a big dumb monster anyway, so that's all right. Why did I play the Swamp? Should have played the Mountain. Guess it doesn't matter. Gideon, okay. So we'll get a red mana here. All right. Start playing our tap lands. No need to use Radiant Flames just yet. So it appears like we're playing against a control deck, right? So probably just want to swap. Bring in a bunch of counter spells. Probably don't need the Radiant Flames, or at least as many of them. Probably don't need Roast or Impulse. If anything, I probably want to leave in the Radiant Flames so I can at least deal with a board full of Knight allies. All right, Transgress is going to take care of Rhysmatides, but we were quite a ways. Well, it could take care of the Radiant Flames too, I guess. We were quite a ways away from playing Rhysmatides, so it might actually make more sense for him to do Radiant Flames. You can definitely see we got a pretty lousy looking hand right now. So opponent did decide on the Radiant Flames, which I think is probably wise since I have no spells in my yard at the moment. All right, so I guess we can anticipate first. Might find a Radiant Flames. Protect us from some damage. Negate, Thing in the Ice. I guess we'll take a second Thing in the Ice. It also does kill his Knight allies, but not too easily with this hand. So yeah, bringing in a bunch of counter spells seems beneficial here. We're going to drop Fiery Impulse, we're going to drop Roast. We're going to bring in Devouring Flames. That way, if we can't counter a Planeswalker, we can at least nuke it. All right. Yeah, main deck Grasps and Ultimate Price. Pretty good against our Thing in the Ice plan. But this isn't an ideal matchup for Thing in the Ice anyway. So he's going to have us here. Or more than have us, I guess. And we are out of gas. But still seems like a winnable match. Just not a winnable game. So he's probably got Declaration in Stone in sideboard too. He's seen, at this point, he's seen the Rhysmatide, so he knows what our plan is, which makes the element of surprise a little bit less good. All right, so we're dead. We don't need to show him anymore. I guess Fiery Impulse still technically deals with Shambling Vent, and it protects me from Declaration in Stone, so maybe it's better to cut... Maybe it's better to cut the... Well, it doesn't stop the I'm probably better just countering, I guess. Because we know he's got Ultimate Price and Grasp, which... Is he going to leave those in? Probably not. He's got Westphale Abbey, too. All right. So maybe 5 lands is a bit too greedy. Well, it's only greedy if you draw more lands. But we are running 26, which is a lot. So let's bring in some counter spells. Right? We want to bring in all these. Probably these. And this. So let's cut the roasts. Let's cut. I want to bring in all these. Could cut the thing in the ices too. Yeah, why don't we cut those? We're on the Rise from the Tides plan. We'll cut 2 Radiant Flames, 2 Pulses. Maybe we'll keep 3 Pulse and have 1 Radiant Flames, just in case we need it. Actually, why don't we just cut all the Radiant Flames and leave the Pulses? That way I have protection from Declaration and Stone, which I'm not entirely convinced he's got, but it also does, like I said, kill Shambling Vent, which I think is good. And we still have the Devouring Flames. All right, I guess I'm on board with this. Got a lot of counters. Let's see if they can pull some weight for us. Yeah, this does work. So probably just want to start the Majoring Network as soon as possible. Majoring Network's actually kind of good in this deck, since it lets us, in the mid to late game, power out our Rise from the Tides and pretty easily leave up counter spells to protect them from your standard issue languishes and stuff. So maybe I should even be thinking about, I assume Duress, yeah. Assume, or find a way to get a couple Majoring Networks into here. I don't think that's too difficult. Just probably don't need all of the different colors. This mana base could be fine-tuned a little bit. We probably have too many pain lands as it is. Opponent actually ended up taking Epiphany. So they fear the card draw. I guess we'll negate. Might want to Scatter to the Winds for the later game so I can awaken with it. And I guess I don't have anything else going on. I mean, negate is, I guess, easier to leave up. So maybe I should just let him take the Scatter to the Winds. But at the same time, it does exile, so it doesn't feed my Rise from the Tides plan. I left Radiant Flames in? I thought I took it out. Must have left it in as a one of. I was pretty sure I took them all out, though, actually. I think we're letting that resolve. All right. Well, looking pretty ugly now. Needed some of our card draw effects, so it turns out the Epiphany at the Drown Yard take was a pretty wise one. Still have 2 more, 4 anticipates, 4 pieces of the puzzle. What does that mean? We at least have 10 of our 50 cards, so 1 in every 5 should be at least getting us more cards. Ah, bummer. All right, so once again, we scatter to get another card in our yard. Just need like a pieces and we're fine. I guess negate does something. Still have opportunity here. So I can rise for 4. I may just want to do it. He does have to deal with it right away. At least has him take a turn off. We have 3 more Rise from the Tides in the deck, so he can Languish or Declaration. We'll find out. Gideon is not too worrisome. So we can kill Gideon, actually. That's not bad. That's actually pretty nice now. So let's take this out. All right. Well, that's good news for us. It's got a lot of removal in there. I think taking out the thing in the ice was still probably the right idea. Oh, wait. Did we just not sideboard? Did we completely miss our sideboarding? I totally took those out, right? I think it somehow it glitched and did not sideboard. But I could have swore to you that I did, and I think you all saw it, right? So I'm going to have to go back and look at what happened. Maybe I clicked submit and nothing happened. I honestly don't know. But now at this point, I know for a fact that we did not sideboard, which is, that can't be right, though. It just seems so strange to me. Which is kind of a big bummer because the whole point, so much of the game revolves around sideboarding that it's kind of a bummer. Well, at least he's only got 1 card left. Guess we'll swing. All right. So I guess we can actually Impulse plus Radiant Flames for 1. Seven drop, eh? All right. I suppose that's tolerable. All right. So we'll have to, I got to look back at the video, or maybe you guys can comment. Maybe I did screw up the sideboarding, or I honestly don't know what happened, but did I not take out, did I put those both in as one-ofs? Now I just straight up can't remember if I'm like hallucinating or what happened, but all right, I guess I can Epiphany for a bajillion. Thought I clicked it. Weird. Weird. I'm having all sorts of weird stuff happen today. All right. So we're going to look at 11 cards. It's a lot of lands. A lot of lands. So, all right. Let's get the proper split of lands and spells here. So we got to deal with a 4/4 land. I guess we just want the Rise. So if he wants to give us Rise. I feel like we can win off a Rise. So why don't we just do Rise and everything else? Right? How many lands do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm still 2 away from Rise plus whatever else. I guess we can put a couple lands over there then. We'll do this. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a crazy option for him, I guess, right? He either fuels my Rise huge or he gives me a bunch of spells. So he did opt for the Rise. Which is fine by me. All right, thing in the ice. So does he have the Languish? Wow. All right, got there. Now let's see what happened with sideboarding. Did we not sideboard? We totally did not. Wow. I have no idea what happened. So these are out. 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 I have no idea. Let's make sure it happens this time, though, because I can't really expect to do so good otherwise. How did I see enough counters? All right, so this is 60. Everything else is good. All right, so submit. Hopefully it does it this time, huh? All the counter spells, sure. His initial duresses have to get by all of our stuff anyway. And I guess, like I said, duresses actually isn't that horrible against us, right? Because it takes him a card and it basically is fueling our win con. So it's not like an emergency situation or whatever if I get transgressed or whatever. I think we are actually going to negate that. He gets a lot of advantage out of it, so we're going to shut that plan down. Like, there's a good chance that off that Read the Bones, he gets 2 spells that I need to counter. So it kind of makes more sense to me to just play it more chill. Hey, Epiphany's good. You never thought you'd hear those words, did you? Epiphany is good. Never thought you'd hear them. Well, obviously I think we're just going to scatter that and make better use of our mana. I mean, granted, I want the 3/3, but yeah, maybe I still should have gone for the 3/3, I guess. I'm not sure on that. So I can look at 5 cards with Epiphany. I know it's X is 4, but do not forget, you get +1 card, which is kind of cool and interesting that they added that. It's pretty seldom they do that. So we're going to do Epiphany for 6 at this point. Try to, at least. All right, this time we're going to let him read the bones because I want an Epiphany. All right, I guess we have to negate this now. And now I'm going to wait one more turn on the Epiphany. Oh, he had transgressed too. Well, bummer. All right, he had all the good stuff. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, wait, he couldn't hit that. I screwed up. Now he can hit it, unfortunately. That's all right. I botched that one. Count that up to the punt. Yeah, this only hits 3 or greater. Epiphany dodges that, so that was a mistake. I basically just I just fueled his card that hit nothing. And of course, as per usual, immediately rewarded for playing like an idiot. Thank you, MTG gods. Ah, so he does have languish in there. He just did not see any of them. This seems like an entirely winnable match, by the way. I never felt out of this. I still don't feel out of it. I'm the one that screwed up. Like, I could have made that play way better. If I lose, it might just be because I seriously botched that play in a really bad way. There's a very high probability of that. But like I said, our opponent's deck is really good. You can see a lot of money in that deck, and we still could very easily beat it with this extremely budget brew. I guess Devour in Flames does not get us out of that. Wow, nice. Getting off the top, too. Jeez. So maybe Epiphany and Pieces? There's Devour in Flames, which I guess deals with Gideon. So maybe we need that. I might just Epiphany for 6 cards again. I do only have 2 Rise from the Tides left, though, right? Or is it 1 now? I think it's actually 1, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, man. Made it so difficult on myself. Why did I do that? It's all right. Mistakes happen. Much rather make the mistakes here and learn than make the mistakes in a place where it actually matters. But yeah, our infinite counterspell deck should really honestly be able to beat this. That's no joke. Like, I understand he's got all the hand disruption, but like I said, hand disruption is not that terrible against us. Transgress is, I guess, to a certain extent because it exiles, but duress is not. And then the one time I love how we beat him when we don't sideboard. How funny is that? Yeah, maybe Dispel's not so good. Let's anticipate. I guess we can actually kill Shambling Vent. Seems relevant. Well, we can also scatter. Well, scatter's going to be a little more difficult. So let's take care of Gids. Bounce an island. Could just bounce the swamp, I suppose. All right. He missed. He does have ultimate now, though, which maybe one Raging Flames wouldn't have hurt. So I guess we impulse that. It's a lot of vampires. So, would we have won this? There's no way to tell. I would have had more Rise from the Tides. And he would have missed on his Transgress. He did find another Transgress later, but I can't exactly recall. So there's a very good chance we could have won this, but I botched it. So like I said, learning process. Learning process, folks. I actually don't think Dispel was very good in this matchup anyway. So it might have been a better idea to bring in the... Yeah, probably would have been a better idea to bring in the Thing in the Ice still, even though he's got all the spot removal. I don't know if that matters. All right, well, back to the old drawing board. We'll do another... not back to the drawing board, actually. Back to match 2. So we'll see in a second.